Darkness is your ally. You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it.
Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Mac, back with the part 2 review portion of the Bane versus Batman statue. I just did an unboxing on this statue, so I'll post a link up for that so you guys can check that out if you guys want to see how the assembly process goes with this. I'm trying to do things a little bit differently on these bigger statues to keep these videos a little bit shorter for you. If you're used to watching my other review videos, you know that I do HD pics at the end, and I also have the music laced in the background. So this video will have the same going on at the end, so make sure that you guys stay tuned for that. So I hope you guys like this new format. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about it. So make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, hit the like button, have the notifications on so that way you know when I'm posting new content. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this review.
Powerful agents to the uninitiated. But we are initiated. How do we Bruce?
All right, so I switched back to my normal position where I do the reviews and got this guy right in front of me here. So initially I was kind of put back by the statue. I just kind of thought that it was a little bit too big, and it is huge. It's just like the Doomsday statue, which if you haven't seen, I'll throw up a link for that so you guys can go check that out. But the base is very much similar to that. So let's go ahead and just get into it. At the front of the base, you have this steel framed kind of rivet looking type of detail here on the front. I think it looks very good. It's got very good coloring throughout it. It's got a brownish kind of goldish or copper-ish paint to it. And you can see the rivets here going throughout the side and on the top and in the middle. And then you have the dark gray, kind of like a wet type of detail here on the side. Very cool kind of gray wash, black wash on the side of that. And then you have that same metal working here on the back part of it. So there's no bat symbol on this because Batman is actually in the base, I think. But I'm normally used to, with Prime 1 Studio statues, they typically have like a bat symbol or something there on the back, or whatever character it is, they have like their symbol back there. So moving up towards like the front part of the statue or the base, you have these wooden pieces here that go upwards and kind of come out. I like how they're placed there with his hand, so it looks just like he's just been smashed in there. Moving on to Batman himself, you can see that he is smashed down into this base here, and it's got like this really muddy material, and you can see the details here going up on his cowl. And one cool thing to kind of point out is that you can see that his bat ear is actually positioned upward, like it's actually being pushed by the front part of this base here, and then the other one is buried onto the side here. But they still did a very good job with actually sculpting him into the base. He still has all the detail that you would expect him to have, like if he was a standalone piece. Still got a pretty cool texture, and he's got these like cuts and scrapes all throughout his bat suit here where you can see blood that's coming through, and then on the side of his face you can see a little bit of blood there that's coming down. So make sure you guys stay tuned for the pictures, so I'll get all close and personal with that so you guys can see that in better detail. One of the best things I think about this too is that you have like this box back here that's just been kind of demolished, and you have the wood here on the side, and then you have this a really cool effect here, these broken bottles here. You can see that they're cracked and everything, got a really nice kind of detail that's just kind of dirty and gummy with everything else. And then you can see Batman's knee and his leg sticking up from right there. And on this side, just you see his hand coming up out of the mud as well. Got some more detail just showing that he's really been beaten down into this base here, or this mud. Going up towards the statue or Bane himself, you have his legs here. And like I stated in the unboxing video, this is the heaviest part of the statue. Anybody that's getting this, you will know that when you put this together. But there's very cool detail here going through his legs and his boots here. Very like metal type pieces here on the side. And it's got these little knee protectors right here. Very cool detail. You can see how it's got some damage here on the front part of his toe, or the toe of the boot. And then it's got really cool details going up through the side where the buckles are. And the back of the boots have some really cool leather effect on the side and on the back, and then you see the buckles there. And I'm digging the texture change between the back of his thigh here. You can see like how it's got more of like a mesh, and then it's got like this like kind of clear or soft leather type of look to it, which goes all the way around to the other side. And then you have the same detail here on this boot here. So very cool color, black, grays, and a little bit of maybe whitewash in there. So, but did a very good job with painting and sculpting the boots and the legs here. Now going up to his big old hand, you can see that there's a little bit of blood detail on his fist that you can see right there. Hopefully the hand is humongous and very, very detailed. As you can see, it's still got like some mud up here on his fingers there, and the fingernails are looking kind of grimy and everything there as well. So you can definitely see that it matches the base. And then his gauntlet is very large, and you can see where it goes into where his forearm is, and you can see the green venom going throughout his veins. And then you have his leather. And then going over to the inside of his arm, you have more veins here on the inside. Then you've got his belt buckle here, and it's got a very cool kind of dark silver and black wash to that. And you have that really red area there in the center. And then his belt keeps going around to the side, and that is a rather large belt. One thing I wanted to mention too was that I really like the texture change on his legs, where you have like this mesh. I know I talked about it there on the back part of the statue, but you can really see it right here. So you have like this leather kind of padded area right there, and you can see there it's painted differently. So just wanted to show you guys that while I had you guys up front. Moving up to his arm here on the side, you can see that there's more blood on this side, where you can see where he's been definitely beaten on Batman. And you see the more dirt detail going up throughout the hands, and just everything that flows well with the statue is basically coming up towards on the skin here. And you have more of the green veins that are going up on his forearm, coming back to his tricep. His bicep is looking massive. Elbow back there, which you tell him that's done very well. And then on the inside of his forearm, you can see more of that greenish vein work, and then you see the dirt or mud splatter up on the arm. And then going on to the back, you can see more of the detail here with that dirt that's all over the statue, especially in here. Hope you guys can see that on camera. There's a little bit more of it here on this side, and you have this strap here that's holding on the venom tank. And then coming around to this strap here, where you have the line that's going through and coming up through the strap. The thing is that this reminds me a lot of, like, you know, the WWE or WWF, what it used to be back in the day. And it just reminds me of just like the Ultimate Warrior, where you had that strap and you had that vein, or you had his veins that were kind of being hindered by blood, and they were bulging out all over the place. They did a really good job on sculpting that into this piece. Moving on to his front wife beater here, you can see where they did a really good job with detail, sculpting, and painting that the muscles and everything going through here. But one of the main things is you can see the difference in kind of like the blood-soaked areas on his wife beater here. So you can see where you can definitely see the red, and it gets darker, as you can see where that's like kind of like old blood. You can see a little bit of blood drips down here. So that is a very cool detail and aspect of this statue. Moving up towards the top part of the statue, we have Bane's really large traps and his neck area. I think that area just accentuates and just really looks like Bane, if you guys can tell. This is a hulking piece and very intimidating and menacing looking. That vein work that's all throughout the statue is coming up through here, where you guys can hopefully pick out all those green tint and vein detail there. And then going up to this head sculpt, this is the exclusive head sculpt, and I think that this one actually pairs with this statue better, because the other head sculpt, which is this one has like the blood and everything, which matches like, you know, everything else that's going around. So like on his wife beater there, his gloves, and Batman down there has definitely been in battle, where this one doesn't necessarily look like that, but it's still a fine portrait. But I think if you were going to go with this statue, I think it is an EX or fail. You definitely need to have this head sculpt. Getting into the detail of this actual portrait, you can see the blood that's coming down the side of his face. It looks just like how it did in the Rebirth comic. And you have his eye here that is damaged on that side. And then I really like the tassels and the straps that are going to lead up to the back of the venom tank. Let's go ahead and get up there. So now we're up to the top part. So you have the back part of his his neck and his spinal cord area, and it's got a really cool kind of skin flesh tone there. Normally Prime 1 does a translucent resin. We're not really seeing that on this statue. This is all painted, but they really did a good job just showing the actual kind of skin. You can see the skin tones going throughout, even though it has dirt in detail. That's just showing that this piece is just kind of in the dirt and everything is just dirty. So back to the Venom tanks, very reminiscent of the Prime 1 Studio Freeze. Check out that review if you haven't, but it has like these stickers here on the back of the tanks, and you can see where the Venom tubes are going through. Really cool kind of detail on them as well. You have these two tanks that are kind of scarred up, and they have like a little kind of silver wash and little dinged up parts of them as well. And I like this little contraption here that is feeding the Venom to Bane. Follow the line all the way through, and it comes right down here on the side. So that's very cool. So let me go ahead and switch out the head sculpt with the regular real quick. Another thing I wanted to mention about these straps is that you can see the little brown detail or coloring that's going through the top part here. So this statue is mainly like all black, but it has these areas of like kind of brown in his costume here. So like right here where his gauntlet is, and then right here in this front shin guard, and like on the back here, you can see the brown in some parts of the boots. So I went ahead and switched out the EX with the regular portrait. So like I said, this was an EX or fail. This looks fine the way it is right now, but it just tells more of a story with the other portrait that's just torn up, and it has this flowing blood that's coming down the side of his face. It just matches the statue better, and that's my opinion. So there's nothing wrong with this portrait. If you wind up going with the regular version that has just this portrait, it's still a good choice. So I went ahead and switched the EX portrait back on. I know a lot of you might want to see what the premium format Bane from Sideshow would look like next to it, so I'm going to go ahead and grab him down. So here he is compared to the premium format Bane from Sideshow Collectibles. As you can see, there is a really big size difference between the two. This being a quarter scale, and then this being a 1/3 scale. But this one has a mixed media pant, and just a little bit different type of coloring. I actually think I like the coloring more on the Sideshow one, but this one is definitely massive and weighs a lot more. So it's a pretty cool comparison between the two. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, if you guys would be trading off your premium format Sideshow Bane for the Prime 1 Studio Bane. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and start wrapping up this video. Let me know what you guys think about this statue in general, and also let me know what you guys think about the side-by-side comparison between the Sideshow Bane. And if you haven't checked out the Bane video from Sideshow, the unboxing and review, I'll put a link up for that as well. So I think the statue is awesome. Only negatives that I would say about it is I think that pulling out the Sideshow Bane, I think that the skin tone could have been maybe a little bit better. Normally, like I said, Prime 1 does a translucent resin, which I really like. I think that the only thing lacking is just the paint job on the skin tones there, and if they would have pulled a little bit more of the green Venom out of the actual detail of the veins, I think that would have been a better look. So, but I'm not knocking the statue. I still think it's awesome, and I think it's definitely worth picking up, especially if you're a Bane fan. The statue is huge, intimidating, and menacing. It's definitely going to look good in any collection. It makes us a good centerpiece too. So let me know what you guys think about this statue. Like I said before, let me know what you guys think about this new video format as well. On the max scale, I would give this statue a 9 out of 10. The sculpt is great. I love the muscularity of the statue. I think the colors are great, and I just like the presence that this thing gives off. So like I said, the only thing that I wish was a little different was the skin tones. Hit me down in the comment section below on everything that you guys see here. I'm going to be posting a link here to where you can pick this guy up. I don't think this is actually available on Sideshow yet. I think it's only available on the Prime 1 store, which this statue came directly from. So I just got it in here the other day, so glad to put it up for you guys. Make sure you guys stay tuned for the next part of the video where I do the pictures and have the music laced in the background like I stated before. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and have the notifications tagged so that way you know when I'm dropping new content. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Oh, you think darkness is your ally? You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it. I am the League of Shadows. Razaghul's destiny.